Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Fahmi Sugiharti Ridwan, and I'm a graduate student in the Master Program of Guidance and Counseling at UPI. Today, I will present a study that explores how social media shapes adolescent self-concept and how guidance and counseling can respond to this change using an axiological approach, meaning we look at the values behind their behavior, etika, estetika, and pragmatis. And the title of my article is Adolescents' Self-Concept in the Social Media Era, an axiological analysis and its implication for guidance and counseling services. Okay, next. Okay, for background, my article, social media has completely changed to how teenagers explore the question, who am I? Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter are not just for communication. Their digital stage where adolescents build and show their identity. According to Cooley's Looking Glass self-theory, self-concept is formed through how we imagine others see and judge us. On social media, this happens in real time through likes, comments, and followers. Meanwhile, government dramaturgical theory explain how people place rules in daily life, the front stage for public display, and the backstage for the private self. But online, these boundaries blur. Teenagers often feel they must always look perfect, even when they are tired or sad. Research also show this creates emotional challenge. Vogel et al. 2014 revealed that Indonesia found that constant social comparison online lowered self-esteem. Ferita et al. 2016 revealed that Indonesia teens adjust their self-presentation to audience expectation. Churchill, 2011, described this as being alone together, connected digitally, yet emotionally isolated. So, the background of this study is growing tension between authenticity and performance, between real identity and digital identity. This makes the counselor's role more important than ever. Okay, next. For method, this is a literature review using a philosophical analysis approach. I collect data from theoretical writings about self-concept, axiology, and counseling, as well as empirical study from both international and Indonesia context. The process include categorizing literature, interpreting main idea, comparing perspective, synthesizing them through the lens of value, and drawing practical implication. Okay, next. Result ethical dimension. The first value dimension is ethic. Here we see a moral dilemma. Being authentic versus performing a perfect self. Many adolescents adjust their self-presentation to please their online audience. Felita et al. 2016. At first, validation through likes and comments feel good, but over time it can lower self-esteem. Vogel et al. 2014. And then Astri 2020 also found that adolescent autonomy is limited. Social pressure from first and media shapes how they present themselves. Okay, next. For next result, aesthetic dimension. The second dimension is aesthetics, or how beauty and appearance affect self-concept. Social media creates unrealistic beauty standard. While it can increase creativity, it also leads to negative body image and perfectionism. Pavakarici 2002 describes how users build a blind architecture of self, a carefully designed image to gain attention and approval rather than a genuine expression of self. Okay, and then next, result result for pragmatic dimension. The third dimension is pragmatic value, the balance between benefit and risk. Social media brings psychological benefits like exploring identity and connecting with others, even opening career opportunity through personal branding. However, it also brings risks such privacy loss, addiction, stress, and lower quality relationship. Adolescents often face a trade-off between short-term satisfaction and long-term well-being. Next, axiological model synthesis. These three value dimension, ethica, aesthetic, and pragmatis, often conflict with one another. Ethic deals with authenticity versus social acceptance. Aesthetic deals with personal taste versus dominant beauty standard. Pragmatics deals with instant happiness versus lasting well-being. From this, we identify three problem categories: ethical, crisis of authenticity and dependence on external validation; aesthetic, negative body image and perfectionism preset; pragmatic, social media addiction and declining academic focus. Okay, next, for counseling framework. Based on Gisborne and Henderson's 2012 comprehensive counseling model, the response should be systemic. We need four key components. One, basic services, digital literacy and value-based education. Two, responsive services, individual and group counseling. Three, individual planning, getting studying to build a healthy digital identity portfolio. And four, and the last, system support, school policies and counselor training. Okay, for a concrete program, in practice, here's how this service work. Basic services, the models, digital ethic, and authentic self, body positivity, and media literacy, and digital wellness and balanced life. Responsive services use counseling approach like person-centered therapy, CBT, and ACT, plus parent workshop. System support develop a digital wellness policy, train counselor in digital age competency is and create peer program called Digital Wellness Ambassador. Connect. In short, adolescent self-concept in the social media era involves three interacting value: ethic, aesthetic, and pragmatism. This create conflicts that require a comprehensive counseling response. Theoretically, this study introduced an axiological framework to understand digital self-concept. Practically, if offer concrete guidance for school counselor. At the police level, it suggests integrating digital literacy into school curriculum. Okay, and then next, for closing, the key message is a healthy self-concept in the digital era is an integrated self-concept where adolescents can integrate online and offline identity, be authentic yet strategy, open yet protective, engage yet not addictive. Okay. A healthy self-concept in the digital era is an integrated one, where adolescents can balance their online and offline identity, be authentic yet strategy, open yet protective, engaged yet not addicted. Before I cast, I'd like to emphasize that social media is not the enemy. It's a powerful tool. What truly matters is how we, especially young people, ask it to reflect who we are and what we value. As counselor and educator, our role is not to restrict, but to guide. We have studied as technology consciously to stay connected without losing their sense of self. I hope this presentation reminds us that behind every post, every like, and every moment, there's a developing identity, seeking meaning, and acceptance. Thank you very much for your attention. I truly appreciated your time and interest. If there are any question or insight you'd like to share, I'll be happy to discuss them together. The rule of counseling is to help them find the balance and express their true selves amid digital company. Okay, thank you for your attention. Um, uh, thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.